So welcome to another video on lit processing. I'm back in the dark room doing another lit session, incredible long lit session of about...
Welcome to the lab where I'm making 2 liters of lit.
Throughout this video I'm using Moersch Easylith kit. This is available from Photo Impacts, so if you're looking for a lit to start with, I would recommend this one very much.
So there's 40 milliliters of A and 40 milliliters of B and about 80 milliliters of old brown from my previous one. Now I'm waiting for my temperature to heat up. This is my homemade temperature control thing.
I feel I should mention that this video is not sponsored in any way, and to make this channel grow, please do give me a thumbs up or some comments down below, and do subscribe. It does help the YouTube algorithm, and I really would love to hear your feedback, and if you're doing lit and how you got on, what papers you used. This is kind of really interesting because it's a learning process for myself, and I like to share what I've learned with others on this channel.
An incredible long lit session of about 5 hours testing out different papers, Tura Excellent, Tetenal TTSpeed, just to see if these papers actually are litable, and I'll go through that in the video, and I'll show you these incredible images made in the lit process on traditional darkroom papers. Now these are all expired papers. They're actually quite easy to get your hands on them. You find them on the second-hand market, you find them on eBay. Don't be kind of worried about trying out papers that you don't think are litable. That's the whole enjoyment of this, because you get different tones, different colors and different grains, and also the variance of the developer itself when you change the temperature or the part of A and B, which I'll talk about a little bit in the video, and I'll show you how the whole process works in the darkroom and the results. So let's get into that darkroom and make some lit.
And here is my massive, absolutely massive tray, which I'm going to pour this in. And today we will be working with this Tura paper. This is a fiber-based paper, and I actually have this in white and in cream, which is really unusual. I'm going to have another crack at that Forte paper because that's really nice. I have also this Tura Leinen. That's a linen paper, I believe. No idea. I'm going to try that out. And my Tellko, which is this Saratona paper. So I have 2 bags of that. Beautiful, this one. This is so good. I love this one. This Agfa Record Rapid. And we're going to do Tetenal. This Tetenal TTSpeed paper, 24 by 30. So I'm going to do +2 on all of these papers for their exposures. They normally would be under black and white development on my enlarger up here. So I have everything kind of set up. So we're going to test about another 4 or 5 papers here and see what results we'll get. This Tetenal, I have quite a lot of this in massive sizes. Unfortunately, I had a few boxes that were completely fogged and others that seemed to be fine. Supposedly it is Agfa Speed and they took over the factory. I'm not too sure about that, but it could well be. So it's more of a modern paper, where this is really more of a paper from the 60s and 70s. That's absolutely beautiful if you can get your hands on that stuff. The other stuff, well, this is going to be fun. So, this was an actual surprise to me, that this Ilford paper here, this Ilfospeed paper, which I've got this in various sizes. It's from the 80s. I think this is probably 85, well and truly expired. All these papers are expired. Not a problem for lit process and not a problem for black and white. This one actually produces beautiful lit results. Well, I like them anyway. So that, which I was surprised, because it's an RC paper, not a fiber-based paper. So let's see how we're doing over here. I should have my glass rod. Yep. just to mix things up. It's at 21 degrees. I'm going to drop in my lit mixture in here. Let me just see if I can see what I'm doing. Just get all that little bit in there. Give that a good stir. I want to bring it up to, I don't know, about 35 degrees. It will cool once it's in the tray because it's quite an area, this. It's kind of cold. It's winter. I'd say it's about 12 degrees here, so 12, 13 degrees on a good day. So I really want to get my lit up to a nice temperature, about 35 degrees. So I'm going to turn off my light. I'm going to expose these papers and start dropping them into the green tray here, and then once they are starting to lit and they got to that, the snatch point on the lit, they will go into this bath here, which is a stop bath, and of course my fixer here. That tray is a bit small for 24 by 30, but it will fit it. It's a bit tight. What's really important when you're doing the lith is that you have plenty of space around the tray, around your print. Otherwise you'll get blotches in different areas. So yeah, let's go up to 24 degrees. Just let that cook away there.
It's super easy to make this inspection lamp. I bought it for €1.50, cut the actual ruby lid filter, slid it under that perspex. It's kind of easy to open that and do that, and you could do that with any kind of torch. It's perfect for darkroom when you can't find your way around and you don't want to turn on the lights, and of course for a lit inspection lamp.
So I'm doing a lith on linen paper. It's coming true. It's a very kind of soft paper. You can see that it's folded onto the ridges of the tray, so it needs to be really aggregated all the time. I hope I'm moved around a bit. The TTSpeed seems to be litable as well. This is supposed to be the Ilfospeed paper, so I've only started on that one, but you can see that there's something coming through there. But definitely the Tura linen paper, that's going to be interesting once that comes out. So this is the lith on 50 centimeters by 40 centimeters paper in the big tray. It's got a little bit longer to go on it. What's the time on it? 28 minutes. A bit more actually. I would say we're at the end of the developer, so it's still, there's not super dark yet, so let's give it another, I'd say it needs another 20 minutes, even half an hour. So before I turn on the lights and have a look at our lits, I've still got one going and it is taking some time. These are my lits so far. This guy is still going, the big one. It's really at the end of the developer. There's not much left in this developer. I could replenish it, but to be honest, this is my last lit of the day, and hopefully I'm going to get it nice and black, but I don't know. Isn't how patient I am.
So I'm washing the print now. It's come out really nice. It's a slight tone of brown, definitely a nice lid.
So these are the rest of my lits. This came out lovely. This is this Tura Excellent paper. It is absolutely a beautiful fiber paper. This lovely little fella here, this is done on Forte paper. Very different tones to the Tellko paper. the Swiss paper I've been using. That is absolutely beautiful. That it is. The Forte is nice too. It's just different tones. Same developer, same temperature, developed at the same time. It's just different paper. And that's Lith. Absolutely lovely. I think I prefer the Swiss one over the Forte. The Forte is nice though. It has a different characteristic altogether. This is going to be interesting to work with, this paper, because I got quite a lot of this one. The Tura Excellent. Another one from the portrait done of my daughter Georgia on the Tetenal TTSpeed paper. The same one that I did the big one, the big Lith there on the 50 by 40. This is done on 30 by 24 centimeters. Love how dark those blacks are. Really like. Could have focused this a bit better, but I'm actually very happy for the first go on that paper, and I have lots of that paper, so I know that's definitely lithable. But nothing compares to this one or the Forte or my favorite one, this little the one done on the Tellko paper. But overall, I've had a great Lith session. Really great. So, and one more thing I tried out, which is looking absolutely gorgeous here, and this is, you won't believe it, is linen actually. And so I've done a Lith on linen, which is turned out kind of, it's a very dark greenish yellow, quite unusual. I'm going to see how that changes as it dries. And I'll do another scan of it.
I hope you've enjoyed watching this video on the Lith process. I've learned a lot, and I continue to learn a lot, and I hope I've given you an insight into how the Lith process works on different papers. I hope it's encouraged you, inspires you to actually just try out the process and see what you create. It is such an artistic process. It's wonderful. I'd just like to give a shout out to Leo on 10 Rows of Film. He's making this wonderful YouTube channel. I think you guys should have a look at his channel and do subscribe. And that being said, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you on the next one. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.